So good morning. It is Tuesday, sometime in October, October 20th. Where is the time going? This is absurd. Anyway, it's October 20th of 2015, and we are having an amazing day so far. It is 8 a.m., and this is the class on Meetup.com. And I'm sure you guys know about Meetup already. It is an amazing class. But the most important thing is what Meetup can do. Like, it's a really great space, it's a lot of fun, but the most important thing is that it is a way to build your chops and your reputation and your credentials as a speaker. Also, you can use it to invite people to your own events, no matter what they are. So I'm going to show you. Oh, wait, I think we have him. Okay, I'm going to stop. Well, hello there. This is Mary Agnes Antonopoulos, and today's class is on meetup.com. So I want to talk to you guys about what Meetup is, and then I want to talk to you about how to use it. And the most important thing, I have a little bit of a cold this morning, I'm sorry, or this evening if you're watching this in the evening. But the most important thing is how to use Meetup to build your brand as a speaker. And I think that's been the most important thing in my company, believe it or not. So I'm just going to log in. I want you guys to see from the beginning that this is what Meetup looks like. The core principle of Meetup is that you can find a group of people interested in what you're interested in by topic and zip code. So first I'm just going to show you that. Even without logging in, you can type something like prayer within 5 miles of the Bronx, New York. Now, this button over here to the right is a toggle, meaning you can switch back and forth. Calendar, and that'll show you meetings coming up, or groups. And so now it's finding groups with the word prayer in their keywords, or meetings with the word prayer in their keywords. I always go for groups because I'm marketing through Meetup. So this is a really important thing to know, really simple. Ta-da! Okay, so let's look at these groups that came up. Christ Fellows, 11 Christians. You can see how many are in the group right from this moment. So if you're going to use it for marketing purposes, is it more important to get a bigger group? It sort of is, but it's also important to have an active group. So you can sort these. Right under here this is actually a sorter, but it's little. Do you see it here? I'm sure you do. So this is sort by best match, most members. So now we can see that they're sorted by how many members in a group, or by newest or closest. So we're going to sort by most members. And we could reach out to these groups and ask them to interact with us or to let us come in and speak to them. So what I want to do now is actually log in through my Meetup and show you. So I'm going to log in. This is one of my 2 Meetup accounts. Oh, sorry. There we go. So now this is what it looks like when you log in and you are a member. And you can be a member of Meetup for free. The only time you pay is when you actually own a Meetup group. So there are great advantages to owning a Meetup, but you don't have to. You can work with other people's groups. So I'm going to scroll down. These are the groups that we found. Let's do something that's a little more broad. Let's do writers within 5 miles. Let's go 2 miles because I'm going to change it to Manhattan. I think Manhattan might be 11215 is my old address in Brooklyn. So let's use Brooklyn. So within 2 miles of Brooklyn, I'm going to get this many writers groups. Pretty good. But look at how many. The Brooklyn Writers Group has 1,287 people in it. So watch the crazy thing I'm going to do. I don't even have to join the group. I can scroll down and I can contact the organizer. So the first thing worth noting is the structure of a group always looks the same. They're all different, but the structure looks the same. Think of it like a human body. We all have a head, that's the title. We all have, eyes, nose, and mouth. That's your tabs over here. Everybody's tabs are always the same. Down here, they'll have a little logo picture, a description, little snapshots of who's in the group. Isn't that crazy? And then down on the left, think of this as your arm. You know, you can have how many writers, group reviews, upcoming events. But right here, sort of in the middle of this left side, if you're looking at it, is the organizer. And you can contact him. So I can literally write to this guy without having his email address. Is that crazy? And if you own the meetup, you can actually reach out to the members. So I'm going to join the group first. No, I don't have to. Now, these are his automatic questions if you join the group. What kind of writing do you do? I am a well-known blogger, ghostwriter, blogger, and social strategist. I live to write. What is your email? Look at that. Now, he doesn't need it. Why doesn't he need it? Because if he owns the group, let's just take a look around. There we go. So we're back at his thing. Now, this is what it looks like if you're a member. If you come into the group and you're a member, the scenery changes. It shows you what the upcoming meetings are, the upcoming, suggested, past, and the calendar. So let's take a little tour. Or first, should I reach out to Paul? Let's reach out to Paul. Let's contact him because this is going to be a lot of what you guys do if you're part of my internship. You're going to log in as me. You're going to reach out to the owner and you're going to say something like this. Hey there, I am putting together a teaching tour for 2016. I would love to come and teach how to write for revenue with your group. Would you be open to that, Paul, right? I never charge for this. It's my give back to the world of writers. I teach write for revenue and social strategy. I can sell a back-end class and split profits with you, or I can sell nothing. I'm not attached to that. Either way. I look forward to hearing from you. Tons of respect. Mary Agnes. And that's it. So what I might do is include my credentials. So you guys would also have my credentials, right? So I'm just going, oh, there's Ebony. Hi, Ebony, in my email. I'm just going to respond to anything because I want to grab my signature line. That's why I logged in here. I'm going to grab my signature line. I'm going to go back to my note for Paul. I'm going to return. I'm going to put my credentials. Tons of respect. Mary Agnes. Credentials and contact info below. So that took like what? Like I wrote it live, so it took like maybe 2 minutes. And there it is. I hit send, and that goes to Paul. And that's really cool, right? I mean, what a great way to reach out to somebody. So I've done this all over the country. I'll reach out, like I'm going to be in San Francisco for a 2-day social media boot camp in January. And I'm reaching out to San Francisco people and offering to do this. So I literally launched my entire career as a speaker. Like the social media agency was a different thing, but as a speaker, this is how I launched my career. Now, I will say most of my agency was built from speaking on stage. So this little activity became integral to my brand. And I want you guys to know how to do this for me if you're part of my internship, but also for yourselves. I mean, when I think about Ebony, I mean, how beautiful, dynamic, intelligent. I mean, what a great speaker. I think about Robert, who else is in our Cornell? I mean, this internship has embraced some of the most dynamic young people I've ever met. And I just think like, wow, I get to throw the party for them. So I want you guys, this is the first lesson I'm teaching you all because I think like I would have taught you something else to know for my agency. Like I want you to know how to, set up a note on Facebook or how to update somebody's LinkedIn profile. But when I thought about what's most valuable to my interns and to the students in my class, whoever they are, coaches take this class. I mean, this is just the most amazing way for coaches and consultants, any professionals to build their speaking chops. And even if they're a great speaker already, to build their reputation and to get clients. Coaches can use this process, speak in front of a room full of, I mean, how many, let's go back. I want to see how many people were in that group that we picked. 1,200 people. If only 5% come to your meeting, you have a really robust, group of people, and they're all there to hear you. So he's not getting a lot of people at his events, I see, but I just want to say, like, when I do a group, when I put out that I'm coming to do this, how to write for revenue, or I mean, I just know like coaches how to bust past roadblocks. You'll get a lot of people. You'll get 50 or 60 people at the group. Now, why is this a great thing? Number one, if I throw an event, I have to get a place to host it. In New York City, where we're from, that's pretty expensive. If I do it through a meetup, I'm not responsible for that. The person who hosts it most likely already has a place. So here's the other thing. I can't show you guys this because I'm a member now. Let's see. Here we go, 1,200 members. I could reach out to these members one by one even. Isn't that crazy? But if I go to a group that I own, and I have several, so let me grab groups that I own. Oh, see all of your groups. I'm sorry, I'm going to go in because many of these I've turned over to other administrators. And I might have to log into a different login. But if I go to my own groups, I'm able to reach out to all the members without having their emails and inbox message them. Isn't that crazy? I think I have to log into my other Meetup account. Hold on one second. And then I'm going to show you guys how to set yourselves up on Meetup if you already don't have a profile. So here I am. I logged into my other account, and I'm going to go here. Did I log into the same account? I think I might have. Okay, log in once more, Mary. You know what? I'm going to do one better. I'm going to start a Meetup group for you. So let's do two things. First, I'm going to show you how to set up your profile, and then I'm going to show you how to set up a group. So this is going to be really powerful, and having groups on Meetup is super inexpensive. So you guys are going to like this a whole lot. So your first thing is to make sure that you sign up, and let's just sign up with Facebook so that your login is easy. So now it's brought me in because I'm already signed up, right? But what would happen if you signed up? You're going to get your profile. So this is where you would fill in the blanks about yourself. Now here's the cool thing. This is your profile overall, and then you'll have a profile for each group. So you don't have to, hide things about yourself from a certain group. You're going to set up a profile for each group that you join, and you'll answer questions like you saw me answer questions for the group in Brooklyn, right? So my name goes in, my location. You can change that. I'm going to click it. If I were headed to San Francisco, I might want to change that. Isn't that crazy? But I don't want to change it now. So here's my location. I'm a Meetup member since 2009. Isn't that crazy? Huh? I can edit things I'm, connected to, or I can add things like Facebook, Twitter. I can do some, quick little things. So I'm going to click this so I can show you guys. I could add my Tumblr account. I could add my LinkedIn. Let's add my LinkedIn. There we go. I'm going to click submit, and it's going to ask me to connect my LinkedIn. So here we go. I'm going to connect that. I'm going to click it. Yay, it's connected properly. Great job. You have to be logged into the network that you're connecting, right? That makes sense. Added a great bio. It's probably 6 years old. Hide my bio from others. Look, I can get really selective with who sees my stuff. I could add a better bio. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to add the signature line I just put in, right? So I'm 525 characters over. Really? All right. So let me take off my client list. I'm still 300 over. This is crazy. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to take off my speaking stuff. Just leave my client list. Really? Holy cannoli. Oh, let's take that off. 240 characters over. Well, that's why it's so short, peeps. Okay, so your bio has to be that short. And sometimes as I'm teaching, we'll discover changes in the network that happened recently. So that obviously was the way it was all along. The last time I updated it was a long time ago. Member of 87 meetup groups. Why am I a member of so many groups? Well, look at this. This is so when I go to Arizona, I can go and speak to them. It's so I can speak at the Brooklyn Writers Guild, Bucket List Babes of Orange County. So you can see that if I love a group and I really want to support them, I actually join the group. You don't have to. You saw that you can just reach out to the group owner whether you're a member or not. And if you do join the group, you can see other things behind the curtain, right? You saw that the image changed. So these are my interests. Isn't this crazy? And you're going to fill that out when you do your profile. So what I want to do is I'm going to log out. I'm going to sign up as if it's brand new. So I'm going to say Mary Agnes Antonopoulos. And hopefully I don't have a profile under that. Great. This is new. So I'm going to say I'm 49, female USA. And there we go. Next. So it's going to ask me to fill in. Oh, something went wrong. Really? Let's log out. It's probably because I already have, Meetup accounts under that email. So I'm going to do a different one. I'm going to say sign up. I'm going to go so we have little extra emails in our company so I can use for training purposes. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly and support the class members. See, it keeps logging into my main Meetup. So that makes me sad. I really wanted to show you. All right, I might make your homework to set up yourself. Let's do that. So I'm going to give a homework assignment of setting yourself up on Meetup. Let's go back to my main Meetup person. That's me. Here we are. And I'm going to start a Meetup group. I'm going to start it in Monroe, New York. And these are my 15 topics, but none of them work. So I'm actually going to go in. Hold on. I'm going to go in and I'm going to say writing. Here we go. So I can hover over these first two that I clicked by accident and I can X them out. So I'm going to say writing. And here's what happens. Meetup is going to give me some other suggestions. Authors, that's a good one. So I can see there's suggestions here. Book writing, that's a fine one for me. Let me choose a few others. I'm going to say reading. That's a great one. Here we go. Angel readings and angel card. No, I'm spiritual, but not that spiritual. Book club, literature, readers. Now, why? Why am I doing this? Because my group has keywords. And when you fill out your profile, when you do your homework, you'll see that you fill out keywords for you. So when your keywords on your personal profile match 1 or 2 or 3 of my group profile, they will announce the group to you. Do you guys follow that? So what is happening is the group is going to be marketed by Meetup to people who are interested in my topic. Who does that? Who markets their people to one another? But Meetup does. So this is a really great thing to know. So I'm going to say women's book club. Well, I don't want to do that. I like men. I don't want to exclude half the population. Social networking. Sure, I could teach that. Meditation, creative writing. I don't really do novel writing. I do short copy. Like that's sort of my core competency. So I'm not going to choose novel writing. Writer's block. Well, that's a weird one. But I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to start typing another one. So I'm going to say writers. Oh, look at this. Now look, all I had to do was write it in. Writers, and it gave me a whole new set. So this is great. Aspiring authors. I could do that. Critique group. Writing and publishing, and I'm going to keep going because you guys will see it's going to stop me soon. Look, you've hit your 15 topic limit. Isn't that cool? So now I'm going to say next. To help jumpstart your meeting, I agree to create a real face-to-face community. Why do they say that? Because it could be that somebody did this just to create a virtual platform to whatever, to sell to people, to teach. You can do virtual workshops. I'm going to show you that in a second. But you have a real meetup that you agree to have. So I'm going to say Monroe Meetup. Sure, why not? Group description. This meetup group is being started after a long hiatus. I used to have a group here. Hiatus, and welcomes anyone interested in writing. We had a group several years ago, and it was wonderful. Oh, sorry, let me fix my punctuation. And it was wonderful. We'll gently critique one another's work and offer group writing assignments. Next. That's it, really simple. So I'm going to call the members, I could call them whatever I want. I'm going to call them writers. And here we go. So now you're going to pay for it. So it's literally $10 a month for 50 members and 4 organizers. Or I can go as big as I want for $15 a month. So it's literally like $165 a year, I think. But $10 a month, like that feels pretty good. So I'm going to say $10 a month. I'm going to say 6 months for $10 a month. That feels pretty good. They're going to bill my credit card. I'm going to go in and say sure. And I'm just going to grab one of my credit cards. I hope that's right. Oh, sorry, you probably don't want to see all my free details here. Find a meetup group. So that's my start a meetup group lesson, and it's a really good thing. So you know what I want to do? I want to go back to that. I'm just going to hide my screen for a second. Just because, Ebony, I don't know who's going to see the recording, so hold on a sec. Ta-da! I'm going to go back and fill in that stuff so that I can actually show you the rest of it. First name, Mary Agnes. Last name, Antonopoulos. Then it will populate a card number for me. I think I got this information correct. Give me 1 second. And then once I pay for it, I can actually show you what happens with the rest of your meetup group. Okay, confirm and pay. Hopefully it goes through. I'm not sure I have my details correct. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just waiting while they verify me. Arrgh, I think it might be wrong. I'm sorry for the brief delay while Mary gets herself together here. Okay. Oh dear, sorry. I'm like the absent-minded professor, but you're going to love this. I just didn't have a credit card ready for this to do it, but I would like to show you the little rest of how your meetup gets set up, because one of the most important things is you can put entry questions. Like you saw when I joined that guy's group, it asked me questions. And I want to show you how to set up the entry questions. And I want to ask you a question or two. Um, but the greatest thing is that you can reach out to Meetup group owners all over the country. I mean, that piece to me is like worth its weight in gold. It's just like the fact that you can travel anywhere or even locally. I mean, we're in New York, so there's just so much you can do to support your whatever you're doing. I mean, if you want to teach, if you want to speak, whatever you're doing, or just there are singles meetups. I don't know if you're single, but there are singles meetups, and that is a great way to make friends and empower your not being single anymore, if that's a goal. So, okay, I'm having a very hard time with this. Why? I really wish everything took PayPal. It's so much easier. Hold on one second. I'm going to try a different one. Okay, hold on a sec. Oh, it's not me. Meetup is sending a message. Okay. So that piece of this we'll have to do later. But this is the most thing is how do you set up your group? If I could get back to how do you find a group, that's really where I want to be next. So across the top, you'll see this banner. There's Meetup, find a group, start a group, invite friends to join. So I'm going to go back to find a group because this is, I think, the most important thing to really display to all class members. If you have your own group, the downside of having a group is it's not that you have to pay to, your $15 a month, I think allows you to have 3 groups. It's really inexpensive. But the real downside has nothing to do with the little bit of an investment. It's that you're responsible to the group. So if you set up an event, you want to make sure that you're there to teach or to host the event. You have to find a place to have the event. So I hosted my writers group at a restaurant, so everybody would just buy a meal to support the restaurant, and twice a month we would meet and we would compare our writing work. And we would support each other, we gave critiques. It was really a lot of fun. I wasn't as busy then. But if you find a group and join it, you can be a robust part of a group and it costs you nothing and you're not the one responsible to find meetup places. So if I'm teaching in San Francisco in January. So I'm going to show you guys once more the most important thing. So I'm going to search entrepreneurs because knowing who your target market is so important. So entrepreneurs within 5 miles of, I'm going to be in San Francisco for this. So San Francisco, California. It's going to populate this. And remember, there's a toggle to the right, groups or calendars. So I'm going to go for groups, and it's going to populate this on its own. And then it's sorting by recommended. Remember, I want to sort by most active. That's the group that's hosting the most events that people go to. Or I could search by most members. So it'll change it, right? So look at this. 22,000 people are in this group. So you can see, right? Remember I told you that it looks like imagine it like a body. Everybody has a head, 2 arms, but this looks different because you can customize your colors and your scheme and add a logo. So I'm going to join the group, Silicon Valley Entrepreneurs and Startups. It's going to say check out our next meetup. So they didn't make me answer any questions. Great, fine. Here's their next meetup, happy hour and mixer. Now, one thing I can do is I can go and look at their calendar once I'm a member. So I'm going to scroll down. Here's the organizers of this group. Keep scrolling. Sponsors, you can really get a feel for what they're doing. I'm going to go to their calendar though. And this is where I can see their upcoming events and their past events. You can get a feel for what kind of group they are. So Speaker Fest, oh, I love that. That's really good. Bay Pitch and Demo Fest. So they're doing some great work with entrepreneurs. Happy Hour, East Bay Happy Hour, San Francisco. So some groups will actually let you put stuff on the calendar. So let's go back to their home and see if I can suggest a new meetup. I can. So look at this. Let's meet up and attend a 2-day social media boot camp. Cool, right? I can actually put my event out there and see if they're interested. So more details. I have details in my email. Forgive me, I'll go find it. Mary Agnes flyer. So I'm going to grab the flyer for that 2-day event, and I'm just going to cut and paste a paragraph into this calendar on Meetup. So this is literally what you might be doing in your internship. So I might say to you, Ebony, here's the social media bootcamp flyer. So then you're going to grab some poignant details and you're going to go back to this meetup. You would join it, believe it or not, and then you would put it in. Simplify. I mean, this is great. So then you just clean it up a little bit. You can literally put it on their calendar. We love that. You can put way more details. Look, there's 50,000 details more. So what do you want to do? You're really smart. You're going to great, I'm going to go back and take more details off the flyer. Ta-da! Or let's scroll down. You can register. So let's go get the details off of Eventbrite. This is terrific. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to go back to Eventbrite instead and grab the details there. Sorry, I want to keep these few things up to teach you guys. Today, what the heck is the URL for this? You can't copy it. Why? 2-day social media boot camp Eventbrite. Okay, hyphens between the whole thing. So we're going to go do this. 2-day social media boot camp dot Eventbrite. Okay, eventbrite.com. Once we get to this, you can just cut and paste the entire description. Let's try it this way. So this is in San Francisco. Let's see if it comes up. Great, look at that. There's my event, hopefully. Well, it's not New York. All right, well, I will have given you the flyer. I don't want to belabor this. And you can grab any great, information, early registration price. And I'm going to need to give them the URL, though. So I can't really continue to show you this because I need to put the event in. So let's just leave it here. Set the date for later. What the heck? Let's go for it. It's January 29th and 30th at 10 a.m. Set an end time. That lets me put it in the next day. It goes till 6 p.m. the following day. Duration, 8 hours and 30 minutes. Set the location, a.m. and p.m. There you go. So the 29th, and it ends the 30th. I wonder if they're going to let us put in a time this long. They are, look at that. And then set the location later. I'm going to say suggest this meetup. Now, could this piss off the group owner? It could. I joined, I put my own event on there. It could be seen as self-serving, but what the hell? I can't really hurt anything. Let's just see what they think. So that's one of the things you might be doing, or do it for yourself if you're traveling, because I know you like to travel the world and you could offer any kind of class. Pick something you love. You could even offer a class on how to use travel to boost your writing career. So I'm going to unmute you, see if you have questions. How does this feel? Is it something that excites you? And if it doesn't, I want you to be honest so that I don't teach you things that don't excite you, because the classes are going to be really for you guys, for your benefit. So, hey there! I've unmuted you. Did you know this already, or is it something that wow, this was really cool?
No, this is new. It's really cool. It's just I didn't know about this.
It's funny, and it works a lot like a social network because you can literally load files. So in this group, I can load a file. So I can actually add
Not
a file. I could add the flyer for this event.
to say so then you can add the flyer. Then.
Yeah,
So
it's
you're saying? you create these, you can actually go, you can actually create, you could actually do speaking in different places, or you can host it online like an Eventbrite and just have
That's
people
right.
sign in and then they, oh, wow, and
Let's,
it could be anything.
so watch, I'm gonna grab the flyer that just came up. There it is, and I'm just gonna put it in there. Description of 2-day social media bootcamp flyer. Special small session for anyone from this meetup group. Donation made to the meetup group from anyone. Oh, donation made to this meetup group. Um, also, so I just want to say I'm going to give some money back to them, right? Anyway, so I'm just going to say upload file. So I can actually put a file in this group's library. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So
And
you're being promoted by a group.
that's right. It's crazy. You can promote yourself all around the world basically free. Continue. So there it is. There's my
Wow.
flyer. And I can have discussions with these guys. So I can go here to the message board and I can say, look at this, startup events, host third party events here, no repeating. Huh. So I can literally say social media bootcamp announcement. Hi, you guys. I'm just going to put a little caveat. I wasn't sure how to suggest an event with this group. I hope I got it right. I put it out as a suggestion and loaded a flyer to the files. I hope a few of you can make it. I teach all over the country, right? So I'm just going to put a few little facts and we'll be super happy to take great care of this group's members and make a donation back to the group. And there's it. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to say track this discussion and submit. So that's it. So now I've even put a discussion on their board. A group, if you own it, can have sponsors. So this group has sponsors, which is great. Why do I care about that app? Because I might go and ask them to sponsor my event. So I
Oh,
can click
okay.
there. I can reach out to these sponsors and say, I would love you to have a table at my event in January. How cool is that idea, right?
Right. Very cool. So, like, you're pretty much getting sponsors without even going anywhere.
That's absolutely right. It's huge. So if this group is sponsoring a meetup with 12,000 people, they probably got a few bucks behind them. Isn't
Right.
that crazy? But let's see what their events are. Now I want to learn a little about their events. Oh, so they do some workshops too. Nice. I mean, this is really a robust way to fill an event and to get sponsors for your event. Founder World, the largest startup and what? Wait, what did that say? An investment ecosystem conference in the world. So do I want them to look at that
Uh,
October 27th and 28th in 10 days? I wish I could fly out there and go to it. So this is
Actually,
cool.
I'll be in. I'm going to LA at the end of the month.
Nice, nice, good job. So I would love you to go to a few meetups out there. So let's go back to the home page. Let's click meetup. Let's find a meetup. So we're gonna find a meetup. We're gonna say what are you really interested in? I think you're a great writer, so I'm gonna look for entrepreneurs because I want you to find people to write for. So I'm gonna say
Okay.
within 5 miles because LA, in fact 2 miles because LA is huge. Los
Yeah.
Angeles, California. Why does that keep happening? Okay, that's gonna change it. There we go. The entrepreneurs within 2 miles of California. And here it is again. Pretty robust, like a lot of people. I can sort by recommended, most active. This means the most people are attending group meetings. Or I can search by most members.
Okay.
So most members, look at this one. Startup founder, 2,000 founders. SEO and internet marketing. Cowork LA. Like, this is pretty good.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Small Business Institute. That I love for you. Look at that. So you could join us. You got it. I'm going to join. And they're going to ask maybe a few questions. Nope. Take a look around. So I'm going to take a look around. We're still planning a meeting. She's got 980 members and she hasn't had a meetup since August. So
Wow.
it's worth noting her events are drawing a small crowd, right? Relationships and sex. Well, if that doesn't get a large crowd, I don't know what will. But I can look at her members. I can click here and see who her members are. I could send her a note. I'm just going to scroll down and contact Dana. Like, I could literally write her a note. I could load a file. It's crazy. I could send a poll to her members. Suggest a poll. Isn't this crazy? So
Yeah.
there's a huge intimacy.
She allows you to do a lot.
She does. Edit communication settings. So this is where I would go and if I don't want their notices and stuff. But it's okay, I like them. So here's my profile. Remember I said you can have a profile for each group? So I'm going to click members because I am a member. I can change my profile for this group. I can change my photo just for this group. So here are my other photos. I'm going to say set as main profile photo. And it's going to change to my picture of the tree at some point. There we go. So this is like a great place to look around Meetup. It's just a great space. I could click photos and see who are the photos. Like if she's loading photos of a group, I'm going to go to another group that I love. I'm going to go to find a Meetup. I'm going to say Bucket List Babes. I think the group still exists. Here we go. So I'm in this group, Bucket List Babes. This is a great group. I love it. It's located right near my home. So in June, stand up paddling on Greenwood Lake. They get a small group. They have a waiting list for everything they do. They do really fun things. So I can. Oh, look at this mailing list. Look at this discussions, message board, mailing list. So I can literally email all the members of this group. Is this crazy? And it would go to everybody in the
Yeah.
group. Yep. I could, if I just joined 100 groups and then look to see if under discussions I have a mailing list, I could email thousands of people about my event.
Oh, okay.
So Meetup is a really robust, amazing space for us as a company and as individuals. Me for my career, you for your career. I mean, this is a really
Yes.
great space for you.
I'm like,
All right, so your job is to set up a personal profile. You don't have to set up a group and pay for it. Like, that's crazy homework. But just set up your profile on Meetup and let me take a look. And maybe join one or two groups so you get a little practice.
okay.
All right, darling. And that I would budget about an hour of your time. And that's a fun way
Okay.
to spend one of your 10 hours for this week.
Yes. So definitely I'll do that today.
All right, darling. Quinnell, when you see this video, where were you? Why'd you miss my class, man? All right. That's a gentle admonition, not a big judgment. So, don't feel weird. Definitely, if you can come Thursday night, please do. In the meantime, if this was your only time and you got jammed up with work, I mean, I went to CUNY schools in the city, so, I just totally get. I know you guys are a private school, but I just get like a lot of us work. So I'm going to send this video to Quinnell and his homework is the same. It's to do a personal profile on Meetup. And I think I have notes for this class. So hopefully you don't even have to like put your notes together. I actually send them. So My classes are highly
That's
actionable
all.
and don't take a lot of work.
No, that's helpful. I was taking a few as I went along, but the more notes, the better. Because mostly I was just paying attention and looking.
I want to see if I have notes for us because I'm almost certain I do. Ta-da! I'm gonna have to go looking for them. But I think cheat sheets. There we go. Do I have a meetup cheat sheet? I do. Look at this. So I'm gonna just download it and see how it feels to you. Look at this. Ta-da! Is this great?
It's great. Yeah, I love it.
I know, right? I'm so happy. So I'm going to send you the recording of this class. You have it in your library of teachings. I'm going to send you the notes.
Okay.
You have your homework, and I will talk to you guys this week. I'm going to do a few
Okay.
edits on the work you sent me and Ebony, and I'm just going to send it back to you later with tracked changes so you can see. And I'm sure Tasha
Okay.
has your next assignment ready to go. We want to make sure you all get your 10 hours a week so you get your credit.
Yes. I think he sent it to me yesterday.
Oh, he
So
did. Okay, look. Okay, we love you to pieces. We're very grateful you're part of this, and I'm grateful for your friendship personally. I think you're amazing.
thank you. I feel the same.
I,
Pretty excited.
all right, I'll get this out to you in a couple of hours, and I'll talk to you later on.
All right. I'll talk to you then. Thanks.
Thanks, honey. Bye bye.
Bye.